Let's talk about cramps. Why are you getting cramps in training? You can see here, I've not got the beautiful sight of Thailand. Sadly, I'm back in the UK. I'm in my room. What a sight I've got now. But we've got the big blues, big holiday blues from being back in the cold, away from the sunshine. Oh, I'm gutted, but let's get on with this video. Main thing about training in this one I'm going to go through is your hydration. That is so important to avoiding your cramps. Now, hydration, it is not just water. People think to hydrate, you just drink water. So I just get this, and I just do that. And the fact of the matter is, that is not correct. You can pee absolutely clear and still be dehydrated. What you do need is sodium. That's in capital letters there because that's the main one. But as well as that, there's potassium and magnesium. This needs to be in your diet to make sure you can absorb that water. Water alone is not enough, not one bit. For the water to be absorbed into your blood, into your brain-blood barrier, you need the sodium. The reason you need this is because that's what allows the water to go through and actually get into your body that is going to hydrate you. If you just have water, that is not going to be the case. So when you sweat out salts. And if you only replenish your body with water, you've never ever made the difference back up with the salts. And this is what can cause cramps. If you're drinking just water after training, later down the week, you're probably going to get cramps because you cannot get hydrated properly. That is down to the sodium. Average people sweat 300 to 1500 mg of sodium an hour. This is totally different. If I train in Thailand and I train in England, my sodium levels that I sweat out is going to be a little bit different. Your average electrolyte tablet is 300 mg. If you're a full-time fighter and you're having one electrolyte after a 2-hour session, do the maths. Let's say you are a medium sweater, 750 you're going to burn, or you're going to sweat out. That's 1500 mg in a 2-hour session. You're only doing 300. That means you're 1200 mg of sodium in a deficiency. And that means at the end of the week, that is going to add up, that's going to compound up, and then that's going to lead to a big amount of cramps. A lack of sodium leads to cramps, but not only that, loads of other injuries, and it's going to lead you to be tired and fatigued. So what do I do in order to make sure I am hydrated when it comes to my sessions? Me personally, I didn't do this correctly and I paid the price. I got a head injury, which was from a shot that wasn't actually that hard. I've been hit a lot harder, but the main reason is because I wasn't hydrated. I hadn't had my sodium, so my brain didn't have the protection, because the sodium is what allows the water to be absorbed and get that protection around your brain. And if I knew that then, it would save me a lot of time and effort. Now, in the sodium, in the morning, I raw dog it. I get about a quarter of a teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is 2400 mg of sodium, of Celtic sea salt. I get about a quarter of that, 600 mg. And I just do that as soon as I wake up. Everyone's supplements, tablets, maybe vitamin B, vitamin C in the morning, but they don't supplement sodium. But why? If we're doing that every morning when you sleep, you need to replenish that supplement so your body can function to its maximum capabilities. Why do we not do that with sodium? So that is why I just raw dog it in the morning. I'll have my water, I'll get a quarter of a teaspoon straight away. I don't put it in my water because it's not very nice. If you want, you could do that with electrolytes instead, like the tablets, but after a little bit that can start becoming quite expensive, and that is why I will just choose to have Celtic sea salt, the rawest form of salt. As well as that, I have electrolytes during and after my sessions. This all depends on what session I'm doing, depending how much I'm going to take. But now I have more Celtic sea salt than electrolytes just because of the cost factor. If I'm having 6 electrolytes a day, that's going to end up being about a pack every 3 days, which is £5 to £10, and then it'll just start adding up. So I just get a big bag of Celtic sea salt and go from there. How do you actually measure your sodium levels? First off, you can get a sweat test for about £150. From this, you can see how much you sweat to help get a direct amount of salt you need from the session. Now, this is if you want to be to the T of science. You're going to weigh yourself before the session. You're then going to weigh yourself after the session. You're going to look how much water you drank during that session as well, and you're going to take that into consideration. 1 litre of water is about 1 kilo. For example, if I'm 76 kilos, after the session, I'm 75 kilos. I've drank 1 litre of water, so I've drank 1 kilo. That means I've sweat out 2 litres of water. If you do the test, you will know how much salt, potassium, or how much sodium, potassium and magnesium you sweat out in 2 litres of water. And then I'm going to do that exact measurement in salt to take it, to make sure I'm getting the right amount of sodium back into my body. So I was 76 kilo. After the session, I was 75 kilo, but I've drank 1 kilo of water, 1 litre of water. So really, if I didn't drink that water, I would have been 74 kilos. So that means I've lost 2 kilos. Now, if you've done the test, you'll know how much you've got to take from that 2 kilo loss. How much sodium you've got to put back in your body, because you've done the test of how much sodium you sweat out within a certain milliliter. And you can work out the exact amount of sodium that you need to take. This means you're not doing a guessing game. This means I'm not doing a guessing game. And then we don't have to think, how much should I take today? How much should I take tomorrow? You just do maths. And then that means you're going to get the right amount of sodium for your sessions. So if you can get this down to a T, it's going to help prevent cramps. It's going to help prevent injuries. And then in the long run, that's going to help your longevity in the sport. But that is something that I'm a massive, massive, massive believer at. Now with this, I think it's something that not many people know about. They don't know about the actual sodium levels, and they don't know how little an electrolyte tablet even has of sodium and how much they've sweat out in the sessions. So when it gets to maybe sparring day at the end of the week, Friday, you are in a massive deficit of sodium, which could lead to injuries and it can lead to cramps, and it's going to worsen your training regime. But that is today's video in the lovely Sueno's bedroom. Oh, you can see a little bit of visualization there on the side. Pick UFC there, that's the one I cornered. We have my pro debut shorts there. We have my amateur debut gloves there, or wraps. And we have my second pro fight wraps there. That is Sueno's bedroom. But I'll see you in the next one. Bish, bash, bosh, pow!